Good night, everyone. I'm here tonight. I'm doing this video. I'm reaching out to someone in higher authority that can help me in this situation. God knows I have tried. I try reaching out to the Child Care and Social Child Care Protection Agency. I've tried reaching out to them so many times, but apparently, like, my matter is on their fears. And I'm saying this that I'm fearful for the life of my family. I'm very much fearful. Now, let me explain. I have a 12-year-old child she's not my biological child. But I have her because our parents, they were deemed unfit to raise the other siblings, and the children were taken away from their home, placed into foster care and placed into homes and so forth. This child was placed in my care because at that time I signed as a godmother for her, and I tried to raise her in the best way I know how with my other kids. Now this child is loved. This child have everything that this child needs, but yet still I find some pattern, and I try to get to the bottom of it to no avail. This child were sent to the welfare time and time again by schools. She was transferred from one school to the next because they could not have handled her. At one point in time, one of the schools that she was transferred from, to a matter of fact, they had wanted to get rid of her too, but it was close to exam, and they figured that if she write her exam, she would be out of the school in no time. She went on to write combinations, and she went into secondary school. However, the months grew, because in that school, not even about 2 weeks, and I was already called to the school by welfare. She went to the welfare talk, do the usual that they would normally do, and tell you that if you do this, you will be this, you would get sent here, you would get taken away. She would just for like a 1 week, you would see she straightened up, and then things went back to normal. Now, I went to the station at one time to make a report because I was so frustrated. The station sent me to the welfare. When I got there, it's like a waste of time, energy, run around, everything. It was waste of money also. I got to the welfare, the Child Care Protection Agency, and they sent they gave me another date. After another date, I went back. Mark you, I have to put everything on hold because I wanted help for this child. So I decided to take the time to do this runaround. They gave me another date to come back. I went back. When I got there, the person that was dealing with the matter was on leave. I got sent to another person. The another officer that I was sent to, he told me that maybe the child have I can't remember the name, but maybe the child need evaluating. Take her to get evaluate. Just like that. No other assistant, just said take the child to get her evaluate. Nothing else. Alright? I tried to do whatever I could, and put her to sit down, talk with her, try to get other people involved, like getting her to church, getting her persons or own age group to be mentors, to let her see things differently, in a different perspective. Nothing worked. Nothing. I don't want to say what is exactly what I've been going through on here, because I know people blow things out of proportion. I'm not equipped to have certain things blown out of proportion. The reason why I'm doing this video, because I know that there is someone out there would understand what I'm going through with this child. I went back recently to childcare, and this time it wasn't for them to send her to get evaluated, or send her to get this, or send her to get that. This time I went back to them and I explained that my family's life is in danger and I need her to be removed out of the home. Now, my child moved out, my son moved out, my daughter moved out, all in the name of this child, because no one wanted to get themselves in trouble. Because the things that this child does, it pushes you to a point that you would react. And because they wanted to say they moved out of that home, moved out of my home. No, I went back recently, last week, to child care protecting agency and I asked them to remove the child out of my home. I no longer want her here. And I explained why. They said to me that they will remove her. Sent me from one location to another location. When I got there, only for her to say to me, after spending a set of money running around, for her to say to me that they can remove her out of my home. Just like that, they have to find someone to take her. Now, there is no family member. If anyone know this girl or know her story, there is no family member to take her. There's no one to take her. And her parents cannot take her. Now, the welfare know that. I was sitting right there when the welfare called the area that I came from and find out about her parents, and it was not a good thing to sit and hear. They know that no one is going to take this child, and I asked them, I beg and I plead for them to take this child. Just take her out of my home. I don't care if you have to do your evaluation, if you have to get a psychological doctor to check her out or whatever. I don't care, but just take her out of the home for my sanity and for the sake of my family. I explained to them. She said to me, when she get a psychological doctor available, she would call me. The question remains, while you're waiting for a doctor date to give me, what's going on with my family? What will happen with my family? I gave her a recent incident. I said, do you know that she murdered the cat? She unalived the cat, the family pet, with no sadness, no remorse, no nothing. And it's like just like throwing water on duck back when I explain a few things to them. I said my family is in danger, and I tell them why my family is in danger, and I beg. I said, could you please remove the child out of the home? I don't want to lock her outside or lock her downstairs or put her out on the street. No, it's not the right thing to do. I took her in, and I'm asking you guys to take her from me and do your investigation. I don't care. You can do the investigation. You can send her to see a psychological doctor, but just don't do it with her in my home. My family is at risk. This child is a danger to herself too. I explained all the things that has been going on in this child, what this child has been doing to herself, what this child has been doing in the home. But no one cares. When I talked to the Child Care Protection Agency after I called back, she said, ma'am, it's barely 48 hours. Please give us time to do our job. Fine. I don't have a problem with you doing your job. It has been a week, going on another week since I made this last report of removing her from the home. What is going to happen to my family when I'm waiting on you to do your job? When I explain to you and you have all the evidence there of what she's been doing. What is going to happen to my family? What is going to happen to my family in the meantime? I'm asking the relevant authority, someone to please look into this matter. Could you get somebody to remove this child? Place her in child protective care. Do your investigation. I don't mind. Get her to see a psychological doctor. I don't mind. But just remove her from the home. There is so much. Ask neighbors. Come in the neighborhood. Just do your job now. Come in the neighborhood. Find out what is going on, man. Come to the home, man. Please, I beg. If anyone is in authority that hearing this, please reach out? I'm begging.